Triple H probably survived this because of all the hard work he put into the gym. The cardio, the training, all of this probably saved his life. Coach Greg and legend WWE superstar Triple H has retired from professional wrestling. Several months ago, he suffered from a cardiac event. Not quite a heart attack, but a major event that could have taken his life. He speaks of this in an interview with Stephen A., gets very emotional, saying he may not have woken up. And although he looks very healthy, he has a defibrillator in his chest. He's not as healthy, doesn't have the energy he used to have. He made the decision that he's retiring from wrestling, will no longer see him in the ring. He's only 52 years of age. And as you know, Triple H, a major fan of bodybuilding, he did the commentary at the Olympia. He had an amazing physique, tons of muscle. I think it's safe to say probably not natural. Probably, we don't know for sure, but if I had to bet, I'd say probably not natural. And so because of his amazing bodybuilding-esque physique, and because he's only 52 years of age when he suffered this major cardiac event, the question has to be asked, did PDs play a role in this? And so it's my opinion that Triple H, very lucky, and I do believe he feels the same way. He has a family, loves his family, wants to be here for his family. My father also had a heart attack in his early 70s, and I can tell you, once you get a heart attack, you see life differently. Now, despite the fact that Triple H may have been abusing PDs, he was in fact extremely proactive with his health. Triple H is part of the WWE and had access to all the best healthcare in the world. Blood work, cardiologists, and so on, and he wasn't ignoring what they said.
You know, through WWE's wellness program, we had some of the best cardiologists in the world. I never had high blood pressure. I was checked all the time. Never had high blood pressure, never had high cholesterol.
He got his test done. Blood pressure? No problem. Cholesterol? Where it needs to be. Yet he still suffered the cardiac event at the age of 52.
Because this is my problem with you from Jump Street. Now, you're supposed to have had a health issue, but you're sitting in front of me looking better than me.
Just because you look healthy, you look like an athlete, you have tons of muscle, you're lean, you're athletic, does not mean you're healthy on the inside. You need to get your blood work done, see your doctor, make sure that you're healthy not only on the outside, the aesthetics, but also on the inside.
I'm doing good now. You know, it's been an incredibly tough last 6 months. I was in Florida when towards the end of that, I started feeling really run down.
And so he was feeling run down, not feeling good, shortness of breath, coughing up blood, goes to get tested. He had a viral pneumonia, but it wasn't the C word. He had fluid in his lungs, fluid around his heart, and so he got an EKG, got tested, found out heart not doing so good. You need to come back. It's an emergency. Get here now. Was lucky. Had he not done that, who knows if he'd be around right now. Was lucky, very fortunate.
Basically, the way your heart pumps out, 55 to 60% of your ejection fracture is a good number. I was at 30.
And in the test, he did say he had an enlarged heart or an athlete's heart, and we don't know if that's potentially from PD use or was it genetic. I personally have a feeling that it's probably a little bit of both. I mean, I'm just being honest. I think probably if you've taken PDs in the past, and I don't know for sure if he has, combined with genetics, a little bit here, a little bit there, combined, you can have a cardiac event at only 52. Family history, grandfather, father had heart attacks in their 50s and 60s. So for him, genetics not the best to have a long and healthy life. Add into that potential PD use and obviously you have to be careful.
I basically genetically had a 99% blockage in my left anterior descending artery, which is what they call the widowmaker.
He had severe heart failure, a 99% blockage. That's the widowmaker. Not good. But yet they were able to save him. He has a heart defibrillator and he's with us today and he looks very healthy. But on the inside, not so much. And so he had to retire from professional wrestling. The demands of professional wrestling are great. It's not just what you do in the ring that day, it's the training that leads up to it. It puts a great amount of strain on the heart. And so for him, he had to say, I can't do this anymore. Now, had he never touched PDs in his life, could he have done this longer? We don't know. Maybe, but Triple H was doing everything in his power to ensure that he had a long and healthy life, that he was going to be here for his family. He was getting the testing. He had the best cardiologist in the world. Think of the money that Triple H has, millions of dollars, can afford the best health care in the world. Can you? Can you afford it? Triple H, Ken, was lucky. Got tested, was saved in time, age 52. You may not be so lucky. And so if you're not sure about your family history, your genetics, and you're taking PDs, not going to the doctor, ignorance and bliss, I don't want to know. I only want to live to be 50, 60. What's the point of living to be an old man? You don't know what you'll wish you had not done till you get there. Right now, you're young, you want to look great, you want to do all these things. Of course, I get it. I was in the same shoes. I did the same thing, not being a hypocrite. But once you get older and you look around, you see all the heart attacks out there. Do you really want to shorten your life to look a little bit better now? You can look better by eating healthy, doing cardio, and exercising. No, you won't be as big, as shredded, but does it really matter?
It doesn't matter!
The Rock knows it doesn't matter, but The Rock better smarten up too. The Rock's pushing himself harder than last time, and I'm just going to be honest, I don't think The Rock's 100% natural. And Triple H, he looked perfectly healthy. Amazing blood work. Blood pressure, cholesterol, all good, but yet he suffers a major cardiac event, almost dies. This can happen to anyone, and the older you get, the greater the likelihood.
My heart had started to create a secondary pathway, but that was clogged as well. So I was basically, moments away. If I'd have thrown a clot or of any type or had any kind of thickening, I was gone.
This is what happens when you're an athlete. Collateral circulation. When you exercise harder than last time, the body adapts. It makes new blood vessels, an ulterior blood flow. And in case you get a heart attack, you can potentially survive this heart attack because you have different ways of getting blood to the heart. Triple H probably survived this because of all the hard work he put into the gym. The cardio, the training, all of this probably saved his life. And if that isn't one more good reason to train to do cardio, to potentially save your life in case you do in fact get a heart attack, your chances of survival are that much greater.
There's moments in there where when they're putting you out for stuff and you think, is this it? Do you wake up for this? That's tough to swallow.
And so the next time you think about abusing your body, doing those PDs and so on, think, is it worth it? Ending it here. GregDoucette.com for coaching, Greg Doucette IB Pro. Please check out the bloops. Watch one of those. Also, harder than last time supplements, the natural ones, including turkesterone and Seco bars, all this stuff. Circle Diet Book, the cookbooks, coaching plans by me and my team, training books to help you in the gym. Subscribe, click the bell button to get notified, comment to help the algorithm. And until next time, I am out.